All right, Elon Musk is the biggest weirdo on the planet, and there is a story breaking about his text exchange with one of his baby mamas, Ashley St. Clair, who is this MAGA influencer. Everything is just so weird when you jump over there to the MAGA world. Put up this headline. Musk refers to his offspring as a legion, a reference to an ancient military units that could contain thousands of soldiers and were key to extending the reach of the Roman Empire. During St. Clair's pregnancy, Musk suggested that they bring in other women to have even more of their children faster. And he says, to reach legion level before the apocalypse, he said to St. Clair in a text message viewed by the Wall Street Journal, we will need to use surrogates. So to unpack this for you guys, here's what's going on. Musk is an untreated drug addict who has received the keys to the federal government, who is raping and pillaging all of the pillars of the United States government with impunity. His side hustle is he's breeding a legion of children with MAGA influencers. If this were in a Hollywood movie, you would have a very difficult time believing it, that somebody this insane with this type of mindset is hitched his wagon to the Christian right nationalist family values people, and he just wants to breed all of these children. It's just mind-boggling. And I just want to point out, this guy will not speak to one of his children, a trans child, and he speaks openly about opposing gender-affirming care. Well, all of these surrogates and IVF that he would do with the surrogates, I hate to break it to you, that's gender-affirming care, Elon Musk. Here's something that is even more sinister than his side hustle project of breeding a legion of children. When he is actually in the government and you have an oligarch who has infiltrated the government, this is new. This is new in authoritarians, where an oligarch actually has the keys to the government. Here's what he's doing once he's inside. Please put up the headline. Alarming. Within minutes after DOGE accessed the NLRB's systems, someone with an IP address in Russia started trying to log in. According to Belarus's disclosure, the attempts were, quote, near real time, according to the disclosure. And it goes on to say, a whistleblower's disclosure details how DOGE may have taken sensitive labor data. So here we have this man who wants to breed a legion of children, who was clearly tripping on some narcotic during the inauguration, who does 2 Sig Heils, immediately hacks into things, and then Russia's logging in. And I want to say that in this moment in history in the United States, you're going to see heroes and you're going to see sycophants. And this whistleblower is a hero. This whistleblower, at great personal risk to themselves, is putting transparency and shining a light on this corruption and what appears to be collusion with the Russian government. And it makes you understand why the administration is constantly affirming Putin's propaganda. Putin wants to end the war. Putin wants peace. All he has to do is quit bombing Ukraine. But the Trump administration and all of these people surrounding him clearly are colluding with Putin, which bizarrely at the same time, Russian state TV is always trolling Trump and ridiculing Trump, which makes you question, like, what do they have over him? What is it? What is going on? And Elon Musk certainly seems to know, since his DOGE crackheads are allowing Russia to log in real time. But, in the MAGA world, there are so many immoral, crazy characters that have ascended to power that are actually popular within the party. And one of them, of course, is Marjorie Taylor Greene. And she has a town hall. And at this town hall, it goes about how you would think it would. Let's play this first video.
That are not just living at the border. Ladies and gentlemen, they're all inside the interior of the United States.
How about the KKK?
All inside the interior of the United States.
The terrorist group going after black and
You can head out. The protest is outside. Thank you very much. Protest is outside.
You want money, bigot! You want money, bigot!
Protest is outside. Bye. Have fun out there.
So, I mean, this is about what you would expect. That woman calls her a butch body bigot, which, I mean, the petty person in me just kind of loves that. But Marjorie Taylor Greene is not somebody who would welcome conflicting ideas at a table to try to move ground and see where there is common ground. This is a person who worships Trump. Her whole identity is supporting Trump. She will probably be wearing the gold lapel at any moment. But here's another video from the same shit show of a rally that she has.
That support, they support illegal aliens. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
So, all she's doing up there is throwing red meat to a very white, rural Georgia electorate. And she is dehumanizing and demeaning immigrants. And I want to remind everybody that Marjorie Taylor Greene claims to be a big Jesus gal, and she talks about her Bible all the time. But the people she rips into the most are the most marginalized people in the United States of America. And she supports the richest, most privileged people in the United States of America. And she's learned how to buy on the dips, and she's learned how to game the system. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a charlatan, a corrupt dipshit to her core. And the saddest part about this is Marjorie doesn't exist in a vacuum. There are tens of millions of people in the right-wing media echo chamber that are exactly like her, support her, and it is a cancer in this country. But speaking of MAGA family values, put up this tweet. If you're charged with rape and human trafficking, Trump personally helps bring you back to the United States. If you're a working class father of three charged with no crime, Trump says it's, quote, not up to him. And this is a perfect message right now. Andrew Tate, who is an absolute horrific sexual predator and criminal, is able to go and rub elbows with MAGA and get personal favors from the president of the United States because the president's son, Barron, is a close friend of Andrew Tate. And they promote these predators and they appoint predators in their cabinet on purpose. This is an authoritarian play. This is letting the public know certain people can get away with certain things because they've curried favor with us. Other people cannot. If you're a hardworking, tax-paying person and you're a family person and you happen to be from a different country who has sought asylum here, no empathy for you. They are going to send you without due process to a concentration camp, and they're already laying the groundwork. They're already talking about it. They are going to start sending American citizens to this concentration camp. And these are MAGA family values. Predators, sexual predators. You can gain all the access. You can get appointed in our government. You can ascend to be the president of the United States. Working class people, you're the pawn. You are the absolute pawn in this. But also, here's a video of what Trump and his MAGA Nazi police state intend to do with people who help immigrants.
There are laws on the books that make it a criminal offense to shield or harbor illegal immigrants, like the sanctuary state and city leaders have been doing. Do you think they should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law and possibly put in prison?
Absolutely. And hold tight on that one. Because it's coming. It's coming. I've been clearing that since day one. The sanctuary city can sit by and watch their communities get ravaged by illegal aliens. They can watch young women get raped and murdered. Trump administration not going to stand for that. So,
okay, I just think it's super rich that all of these MAGA people claim that they care so much about children and they're so pro-family, yet they've never done one goddamn thing about the gun problem in America. Not one. Not one. Why? Because the gun industry has lobbyists, and they all profit off the death of children. They don't give a shit. They're using immigrants, and they're using the default setting of many white Americans as racism to get you to go along with this police state. Why is Trump wrecking the economy? Why is he picking on the press? Why is he doing all this crazy shit? Because he wants to be the only one with power. If everybody in commerce and business got together and grew a pair, if Zuckerberg, Bezos, and others said, we're done with this, you're clearly not for democracy, we made a huge mistake, and they all banded together, they would have power against him. So that's why he either has them, number one, coming to bend the knee, or number two, he's trying to take away their license in the instance of the media. They are trying to get a police state. Democracy, the Constitution, all of this is over, and all the people that are triple Trumpers, you voted for this. It was all there the entire time. Next up, I have a tweet from Ian Bremmer that I think really, really nails exactly where we are as a country foreign policy-wise. Put up the tweet. The Trump administration is more politically aligned with El Salvador than Canada and the European Union. This is challenging for a lot of world leaders to accept. I also think this is very challenging for Wall Street to accept. I also think this is very challenging for people that live on the coast that thought, I'm going to vote for my income. I like these Trump tax breaks. I like fiscal conservatism. I want my 401k to skyrocket. And they don't understand that MAGA has aligned with Christian nationalists. And what they want to do is start taking away the rights from everyone and dismantling democracy. Corrupt governments do not have good economies. Period. There is not an economy in the world where the government is this corrupt that it is a stable economy. Wall Street is learning this the hard way. Working class Americans that are triple Trumpers are learning this. They're so insane that they're already having their policies that are preventing farmers from conducting business have failed via these tariffs. They're already now, we're going to have to bail out the farmers. These people do not know shit from Shinola, and what they want is a police state. And lastly, I want to leave you with a glimmer of hope in all of this horrific despair that we just reviewed. AOC and Bernie Sanders are barnstorming the country in very, very red counties. Tens of thousands of people are showing up. And the message here is this. The message is that the people have power, that businesses shouldn't get more play and more favor in government than the people. They're not ceding anybody's rights. They're not throwing anybody under the bus. AOC and Bernie. They're fighting for everyone because none of us are free until all of us are free. And watch this clip.
And right now, he's going after the media. I don't know if any of you saw it. He is now wanting to take away CBS's license because they did a story that criticized him. Oh, my word! CBS criticized him. Oh, let's drive them out of business. How terrible is that?
This is exactly the way. Bernie Sanders is nailing it. Donald Trump and all of these men are the biggest titty babies on the planet. If you don't want criticism, don't run for the big stage. This is a part of being in a democracy. You get criticized. Your team gets criticized. These men are so thin-skinned and so diabolical at heart, and they're so broken. They want to force everybody to love them. They would rather somebody lie and say we love you than have genuine adoration because their policies are good. They know their policies are shit. They know they're corrupt. They know they're playing for the 1%, but they want the masses to love them. And Bernie and AOC are reminding everybody that it is our right to united we stand. Hate these motherfuckers to the end of this earth. We do not have to bend the knee to these weak-minded, thin-skinned men that wear makeup every single day, yet parade around telling us how masculine they are. All right, stick with our channel. We're trying to get to 1 million, and I'll see you all later today.